What if Tony Stark became Doctor Strange? Hey there, Marvel fans. Welcome back to our channel where we dive deep into the most mind-bending what-if scenarios of the Marvel Universe. Today, we've got a truly game-changing question for you. What if Tony Stark became Doctor Strange? Imagine a world where the genius billionaire playboy philanthropist trades his high-tech suits and arc reactors for mystical spells and ancient artifacts. How would this seismic shift alter the course of the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Buckle up, because we're about to explore this fascinating alternate reality and unravel the ripple effects it would have on our favorite heroes and villains. First off, let's set the scene. Tony Stark, aka Iron Man, is the tech genius who kickstarted the entire MCU. With his quick wit, sharp intellect, and a knack for innovation, Tony transformed from a self-centered arms dealer into a superhero committed to protecting the world. His legacy includes groundbreaking technology like the Iron Man suits, artificial intelligence like Jarvis and Friday, and he's been a cornerstone of the Avengers. On the other side, we have Dr. Stephen Strange. Once a brilliant but arrogant neurosurgeon, his life took a drastic turn after a horrific car accident damaged his hands. Desperate for healing, he journeyed to Kamar-Taj and discovered the mystic arts. Through immense personal growth, he became the Sorcerer Supreme, defending Earth against mystical and interdimensional threats. Despite their different paths, Tony and Stephen share some striking similarities. Unmatched intellect, a hefty dose of arrogance, and a penchant for sarcastic humor. Both underwent transformative journeys that forced them to look beyond themselves and embrace a greater good. Understanding their backgrounds is key to imagining how Tony might fill the shoes of the Sorcerer Supreme. The point of divergence. Every great what-if story hinges on a pivotal moment, a fork in the road where events could have gone differently. In this scenario, instead of being captured by the Ten Rings and creating the first Iron Man suit in a cave, Tony survives the attack but suffers severe nerve damage to his hands. His greatest tools, his hands and his ability to create, are compromised. Refusing to accept his fate, Tony exhausts every medical option, but to no avail. He hears whispers of miraculous healings in a place called Kamar-Taj. Skeptical yet desperate, Tony embarks on this journey to the Far East, seeking a cure that conventional medicine can't provide. This moment marks the divergence from his original path and sets him on a collision course with destiny. Meanwhile, without Tony stepping into the role of Iron Man, the MCU begins to unfold differently. The Avengers Initiative lacks its tech genius, and other heroes might rise to fill the void. Stephen Strange's life takes an alternate route as well, which we'll explore later on. Tony Stark's journey into magic. Upon arriving at Kamar-Taj, Tony is met with a world that defies everything he knows. Magic? Let's call it what it is. Advanced science, he scoffs. But after the Ancient One introduces him to the mirror dimension and the astral plane, Tony's reality is flipped upside down. His scientific mind struggles to comprehend the mystic arts, but he can't deny what he's experienced. Tony's initial training is rocky. He's frustrated by the lack of logic and tangible concepts. Spells don't have formulas, and artifacts don't come with user manuals. But Tony is nothing if not adaptable. He begins to apply his engineering mindset to magic, seeking patterns and experimenting with spells in unconventional ways. He attempts to enhance magical items with technology, enchanting his smartwatch to store spells or modifying the cloak of levitation with stealth capabilities. His fellow students are baffled, and Mordo warns him about the dangers of tampering with forces he doesn't fully understand. The Ancient One, however, sees potential in Tony's unorthodox methods. She believes his innovative approach could strengthen their defenses against looming threats. Tony's persistence pays off as he masters complex spells and learns to manipulate mystical energies. Unlike Stephen Strange's journey, which was about overcoming arrogance through humility, Tony's path involves channeling his confidence into creativity. He blurs the lines between science and magic, carving out a new niche as a technomancer. This journey not only expands his abilities, but also begins to transform his worldview, teaching him that embracing the unknown can lead to unparalleled discoveries. Impact on the Marvel Universe. Tony Stark becoming the Sorcerer Supreme sends shockwaves throughout the MCU. Let's unpack how this changes key events and relationships. Without Iron Man, Nick Fury's Avengers Initiative faces challenges. Fury might turn to other heroes sooner, perhaps recruiting Black Panther or Captain Marvel earlier to fill the gap. The team dynamics shift significantly without Tony's tech or his leadership style. During the Battle of New York, the absence of Iron Man's suit means no daring flight through the wormhole to divert the nuke. Instead, Sorcerer Tony steps up. He could use powerful shields to protect the city or open portals to redirect the Chitauri forces. His mystical abilities offer new tactics that the original Avengers lacked. Ultron's creation might be avoided since Tony isn't driven to create a global defense network through artificial intelligence. However, this means Vision wouldn't exist, altering future events involving the Mind Stone. When Thanos eventually arrives, Tony's magical prowess becomes crucial. Imagine an epic confrontation where Tony uses the Time Stone to outmaneuver Thanos, employing spells that manipulate reality itself. His relationships with other heroes evolve differently. Bruce Banner might find a kindred spirit in Tony's fusion of science and magic. Thor could respect Tony's understanding of different realms. Conversely, characters like War Machine or Peter Parker might miss Tony's mentorship in technology. Globally, Tony's influence shifts from technological innovation to mystical protection. Stark Industries may pivot toward philanthropic efforts or become a front for safeguarding mystical artifacts. The world might witness the integration of magic into society under Tony's guidance, blurring the lines between the mystical and the mundane. In essence, Tony's new role redefines the balance of power, reshapes alliances, and alters the outcomes of major conflicts in the Marvel Universe. Tony's character development. Now let's delve into how this journey transforms Tony himself. Initially, Tony's ego is his biggest obstacle. He's used to controlling his environment through technology, but magic doesn't bend to his will so easily. This lack of control frustrates him, forcing him to confront his limitations. Through guidance and hard-learned lessons, Tony begins to embrace humility. He starts to understand that true mastery comes not from domination, but from harmony with the forces around him. This realization softens his arrogance and opens him up to new perspectives. His relationship with Pepper Potts undergoes significant changes. With Tony stepping away from Stark Industries, Pepper becomes the de facto leader, and their partnership evolves. She supports his journey, even when she doesn't fully grasp the mystical aspects. Their bond strengthens as they navigate this new chapter together, balancing their personal and professional lives. Tony's past traumas resurface during his training. The guilt over his company's role in creating weapons and his personal losses haunt him. The mystic arts offer a path to healing that he hadn't considered before. Through meditation and astral exploration, Tony confronts his inner demons, finding a sense of peace. Ultimately, mastering magic doesn't just enhance Tony's abilities, it reshapes his identity. He moves from a place of self-interest to one of selflessness, recognizing the weight of his responsibility as Earth's mystical defender. Conflicts and resolutions. With great power comes great challenges, and Tony faces both external and internal conflicts. Dormammu remains a looming threat. Tony's experiments with combining technology and magic could inadvertently draw Dormammu's attention. Perhaps Tony's use of the Eye of Agamotto disrupts the fabric of reality, creating an opportunity for the dark dimension to encroach. Within the masters of the mystic arts, tension rises. Mordo might view Tony's methods as reckless, believing that they endanger the natural order. This could lead to a schism, with Mordo leaving to pursue his own rigid interpretation of preserving mystical balance. Tony also battles his inner desire to control outcomes. His attempt to use magic to foresee and prevent threats brushes dangerously close to violating natural laws. This echoes his past mistakes with Ultron, a reminder that overreach can lead to catastrophe. In a climactic showdown, Tony confronts Dormammu. Using a blend of high-tech gear and ancient spells, he devises a plan to trap Dormammu in a temporal loop, not unlike the original Doctor Strange did. However, Tony adds his own twist, perhaps sealing the dark dimension using a device powered by both magic and an arc reactor. These conflicts force Tony to accept that not everything can be predicted or prevented. He learns the value of trust in his allies and in the natural flow of the universe. Through these trials, Tony emerges wiser and more balanced. Comparing technology and magic. One of the coolest aspects of this scenario is how Tony fuses technology with magic. He might develop a new kind of armor, let's call it the arcane armor, which is powered by both mystical energy and arc reactors. This suit could allow him to cast spells with enhanced precision, fly between dimensions, and communicate with other sorcerers telepathically. Tony could create holographic spell interfaces, making it easier to visualize and learn complex incantations. He might even develop a database of spells, protected by magical encryption that only he can access. The Sanctum Sanctorum could be upgraded with techno-mystic defenses, making it an impenetrable fortress against any threat. By merging these two worlds, Tony challenges the traditional boundaries set by the Ancient One and other sorcerers. While this fusion brings advancements, it also raises ethical questions about the implications of such power. Could this lead to magic becoming too accessible? Might it fall into the wrong hands? Tony's innovations highlight both the potential and the peril of combining technology with the mystic arts. It opens up a realm of endless possibilities, but not without risks that must be carefully managed. What happens to Dr. Stephen Strange? Now let's turn the spotlight back to Stephen Strange. Where is he in all of this? Without the accident that damages his hands, Stephen continues as a renowned neurosurgeon. But perhaps fate isn't so easily defied. Maybe he faces a different kind of crisis, like a patient he can't save or a moral dilemma that shakes his confidence. This could lead him down a darker path, possibly involving questionable medical practices or pursuit of forbidden knowledge. Alternatively, Stephen might eventually seek out Camartage, but arrives to find Tony as the Sorcerer Supreme. Their meeting could be fraught with tension. Stephen's traditional approach clashes with Tony's innovative methods. They could become rivals, each believing their path is the correct one. Their interactions offer rich narrative opportunities. Perhaps they are forced to work together against a common enemy, learning from each other in the process. Stephen could help Tony appreciate the subtleties of mysticism, while Tony could show Stephen the benefits of thinking outside the box. Regardless of the path, Stephen Strange remains a pivotal character whose journey intersects with Tony's in complex ways. In this alternate universe, Tony Stark's transformation into the Sorcerer Supreme reshapes the entire fabric of the Marvel Universe. His unique fusion of technology and magic creates new possibilities and new challenges that redefine what it means to be a hero. The Avengers assemble differently, major conflicts take unexpected turns, and relationships between characters evolve in surprising ways. Tony's personal growth underscores the theme that embracing change and stepping into the unknown can lead to profound transformation. This what-if scenario not only offers an exciting twist on familiar stories, but also reminds us of the endless potential within the Marvel Multiverse. It encourages us to imagine, to question, and to explore the infinite combinations of choices and destinies. After all, the only limit is our imagination, and that's a wrap on this epic exploration. What do you think about Tony Stark stepping into the role of Doctor Strange? Do you have your own theories on how this would play out? We'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that like button and share it with your fellow Marvel enthusiasts. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on our next deep dive into the Marvel Multiverse what-if scenarios. Stay tuned for more exciting content, and until next time, keep dreaming big and embracing the infinite possibilities of the universe.